I would like to now introduce Lieutenant Governor of Rhode Island, Dan McKee.
You're a bum.
Excuse me. No, we're not allowed to speak right now. We have a
Elizabeth, thank you so much for having us here today. I want to thank the leaders of Barrington as well, and the town manager. You see the flag flying below our United States flag there, Black Lives Matter. That says something about this community. They're with you, and they want to help you. And as we're walking along the road, we certainly had so many people that passed by that believe that that flag should be there at this moment in time. So I want to just say this: Black Lives Matter. It's a complete statement. So anyone who wants to put an and, if, or but after Black Lives Matter, they need to learn a lot more about the moment that we're living in right now. Black lives do matter. And in Rhode Island, we have this tremendous opportunity because of the work of the people here today and the different demonstrations that have gone on. I see my friend over there, Corey, working on certain things. We've made a commitment in our office. I got another 2.5 years as Lieutenant Governor. This conversation is going to continue because our office is going to help make that happen. And I know that we do have a long way to go, but we've already started this journey, and we need to make sure we continue it. So these gatherings help us do that. Years ago, more than a decade ago, more than almost 20 years ago, I coached a team that was a very diverse group of young people. We had our black kids on, we had a Laotian kid, we had a Jewish Cuban kid, we had a Puerto Rican kid on that team, and we traveled all around the Northeast. I learned more inside of the framework of that basketball court than I ever could have learned outside of that. I saw up front, not me, but I saw kids on that team that were discriminated against, that there was racial bias against. And it touched me in a way that I said, we need to do something about that. Education is one of the keys. It is one of the keys that we need to really emphasize. And when I started to work on education more than 10 years ago, we had people testify at the State House and said that certain kids weren't going to learn. If their mom's education level wasn't high enough, if their income wasn't high enough, and if their color of their skin didn't happen to look like me, those kids were not going to learn. I know that it's not true, and we need to make sure that we do everything we can to help our young kids, regardless of where they live, regardless of what the color of their skin is, to make sure they learn at a level where we know that they'll have a future, and that education is going to deliver the message that you're delivering today. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. And I would get into this one thing. The simplest way that we can make it work in our state is that if you look like me, then you need to make sure that you have relationships with people that don't look like me, and vice versa. We need to make sure that we have face-to-face and eyeball-to-eyeball with each other. Because if you care about me and I care about you, then this works. Black Lives Matter. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Thank you.